What's going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. So I was wondering, are you guys like me where you literally go through your entire collection the moment you wake up, the moment before bed, you look at it, and then you also think of the pre-orders you got and how it's going to look and how you can kind of like get to that perfect look in your collection? I do that constantly. I literally do. You know, I look at my collection, I'm like, okay, horror's perfect right here. Freaking love it. There's only one potential statue I want to get, which would be Blade. And I'm like, if I get Blade, there's only a few options. Ideally, it'd go best in the corner, but then that kind of ruins the whole Pennywise and Nun look. I could technically move Nun down low next to Annabelle, get Scarface Chucky, move him right there, move those two over there. And, you know, that way there's no 1/4 in this area. 1/4 is only over here. And then I get Blade, although that does put Nun down low, but she actually does look good down low, but I can't do that poster above her. And I'm like, ugh. You know, I look over here at my AVP, I'm like, okay, we got Alien Warrior, Prime 1, or Queen Studios big chat bust. And then that's perfect. We're going to get the 1/3 bust here, Prime 1 Arnold T1000, and, you know, the T800 and probably Sarah Connor. The endoskeleton. Likely be getting the freaking Night King, Khaleesi bust. And if I don't do Mummy Medusa there, I could do Darth Vader, for example. You know, I literally go through my entire collection. I constantly do this. So I'm doing it with you guys so you can see kind of my process. All right, so I come over here and I was just thinking earlier, okay, so we're going to get Mara bust, Mara 1/3, which is pretty much just going to replace Catwoman. Catwoman's going to have to go like right here. What I'm thinking. I'll probably just do Catwoman here. Just keep Joker, Batman, and Wonder Woman where they're at. You know, I'll probably just do Mara just there. But do we do Catwoman here, extend this out to a 60-inch shelf? I really do want to do just Steppenwolf and Black Adam for my giant 1/3 League line and not do a bust over here, which means obviously we're going to have to sell Queen Wonder Woman because that's getting replaced by Infinity. And when we do the 60-inch shelf here, I was even thinking of like somehow removing those and doing like the Venom display over there. And then here do Spider-Man bust with that 1/4 and Hulk bust. I think that'd look sick. And I'd open up a spot there for a Marvel bust. And we do Thor, Doctor Strange, Mark 7 bust. Boom. Probably pass on Captain bust just because it has arms. You know. And then obviously we move Black Widow right there. That Black Widow there, and do Wanda there. And then I'm like, okay, every spot is filled and it will look amazing. You know, I was actually even thinking of, you know, removing this, doing another glass shelf and doing like Deadpool and Wolverine right here. You know, I come through to my dinosaur setup. So I'm getting the Attack Raptor tomorrow, which will replace these two. And then I'll eventually get a Dilophosaurus and get the Jurassic World Dilophosaurus. The Attack Raptor, boom, done. You know, and then we come over here. I'm done with this whole setup. Nothing's changing there. But here, there's definitely some changes, obviously. We're going to eventually get rid of everything here but the 2 orcs. And likely throw both the orcs in that corner. And then do Morgul Lord with Nazgul. Those two with Prime 1 Saruman and Gandalf and Frodo. And then we'll get Godzilla vs. Kong. Throw that there. Kong bust. Mechagodzilla is a maybe. It's not crucial. I'll get it if I have the money. Is kind of the scenario with him. I mean, I do want it, but it's also a lot of freaking money. And so I know exactly what I'm going to do for my entire collection. We're going to get Jade 1/3. We're going to move these shelves over and remove that glass shelf. Make this just look better. It'll look better for sure. We're going to put that shelf here. And do 2 of these shelves there. Remove that glass shelf. All Warcraft above. Underneath in one cube will be Halo. And the other, honestly, maybe even do just Alita. Doom Eternal is going to go right here where Zelda's at. Zelda's going to go right here. And it'll be at the longer shelf. You know, an extra, what was it, 12 inches or whatever. 10 inches. But I'll be able to fill all my Zelda. And we'll do 1/4 Kid Link next to Adult Link. And then Ganondorf. And have all the props. Gizmo, stop. Above, we're going to do Prime 1 Last of Us, Uncharted, and a Tomb Raider statue, whether it's Weta or Prime 1. I'm still waiting for Prime 1. Vegeta bust, Vegeta head holder, move Broly there with KD androids, and then sell Boo Frieza right there. I think it'll work better because Boo is small. He'll fit right there. Cell and Frieza right there. We're actually selling KD Trunks. I just got offered a lot of money for it, and I'm like, okay, why not? I could use that to buy, honestly, Steppenwolf. So we're actually going to raise Trunks there. Transcendent Studio androids, Krillin, and, you know, if KD comes out with another Trunks that, you know, looks really effing good, I'll probably get it. And then if we ever get a good Mystic Gohan, I would consider selling KD Vegeta to do Mystic Gohan. Same with like Gotenks. Those are like the only other two I kind of want. But if we ever get the full Z Warriors, like a committed line, and they all look amazing, I would consider it. But we already know MK's dead. I mean, it's pretty much obvious. So Jade's the last one I'm getting. I'm not getting Noob Saibot. I love Noob, but I hated MK11. I legit did not like it. And I don't have space for it. So we're going to stick with what we got, just adding Jade, which is going to go right there. And let me think. Based off all my pre-orders, is there anything I'm not mentioning? And technically, I could put Baby Blue half scale right there. Technically. Probably will not. You know, I canceled that. But yeah, I think that's really it. You know, I feel like once I get all of that, my collection, every single empty spot will be filled. Of course, then you beg the question, well, what about when they do Wolf 1/3 and Berserker goes up for PO? The only way I could possibly get that is if we did another mid-room shelf and did both of them like right here. Which, I mean, I obviously have a lot of space from here to here. However, I don't want to compromise the walking space there. It's already limited. So I'd have to, if anything, move this a little to the right and do another exact same shelf behind and just do them back to back like that. You know, that's kind of what I was thinking. If we ever get an Underworld Selene, I would buy it for sure. You know, I would possibly sell something to get that, but it'd have to be legit. Like we're talking either silicone bust or a 1/3, like really good PCS, or, you know, I don't think Cinema Cat will ever make it. They would have made it already if they were going to. But, you know, who knows, I may get Prime 1 Red Sonja or Vampirella to replace my PCS, but I still love PCS. But yeah, I feel like I'll be set when I get all that. I'll truly be set. And then my collection will look 100% everywhere I look. There won't be an empty spot. All the displays will look perfect. And it'll just be, you know, done. The only problem is, and you guys all know this, there pretty much is no end to collecting, because in the next year, there's guaranteed going to be a statue coming out that is going to blow my freaking mind, and I'm going to want it. You know, every Prime 1 show, all of a sudden, boom, Amazeballs, I want it. You know, so I feel like if I got all those statues and truly wanted to stop, obviously I have to just unfollow social media. But, you know, that is easier said than done. However, I do think I am at that point, like I do this daily, I swear, that like once I get all these pieces, I'm going to be, you know, super happy with my collection, and I'll be at a point where like I may only get like 1 or 2 statues a year if I do. And obviously I'd have to sell something to fund something, you know, like, but I'll get to that point. I feel like that would be a really good sweet spot for collecting, where you only get like maximum 2 statues a year. I think maybe that would be the rule, you know, and so only 2 statues a year. So it's like, and most likely I'd probably just end up being like at least 1 silicone for me, and then 1 super grail, you know, something like this. That would be like the 2 statues I would get. But 2 statues is very manageable. You know, I've been doing anywhere from 50 to 100 statues a year, which is just beyond ridiculous. But if I could cut down to just 2 a year once I get all those POs in and orders and whatnot, I think I could make that work. 2 statues a year. That way you don't cut cold turkey. But if I get 2 a year, I have to sell off 2 a year as well, because I don't want like a cluttered look. You know, I want it to look really nice and clean. I mean, a lot of you see my collection's cluttered. Some areas maybe, but I feel like for the most part, it's not, and it looks really good. And usually when people come in person and see my collection, they never say, this is so cluttered. They just think it looks classy and looks really good. Anyways, folks, I'm off to bed. So as I was doing my daily routine, just thought I'd do it with you guys on YouTube. So like, comment, subscribe. If you're looking to buy statues, use the links below, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.